Hi guys, good morning, good morning, good morning everyone. Welcome to our special leadership training today. It is the beginning of more leadership training, more intense training, not only from our very own Vice President today, but more international training team, and also our Vice President, Sir Arnel, will be coming soon to our main page in Ghana and to our it will be coming regular general leadership training every Friday at 1 p.m. Ghana and Liberia time. And today, guys, welcome to our first leadership training for this year. And we will be graced by no other than our amazing upline mentor and icon and vice president in Alliance in Motion Global, no other than Sir Jurgen Gonzales. But before we begin, guys, can we know who are our partners that is with us today? Can you comment us, guys, where you're watching us right now? If you're from the Philippines, if you're in Ghana, if you're in Liberia, where are you watching us in Ghana right now, guys? Are you in Accra? Are you in Kumasi? Are you in Takoradi? Are you in Monrovia, Liberia right now? Or you are posted somewhere? All right. And good morning to everyone. Good afternoon to you guys in Ghana and Liberia. Right? So guys, comment it down below. Come on. I'm seeing Philip Manchi watching from Accra, Ghana. Coach Lawrence. Hi, brother Lawrence. All the way from Accra, Ghana. Come on, guys, type it down. Some of the uplines are here with us in our Zoom, coming all the way from the Philippines. And by the way, guys, we are also live in our Facebook page, AIM Ghana Talk. So all our partners watching us right now in our Facebook Live, good morning to all of you guys. Don't forget to share the link. Okay, you can come and join us in our session right now in Zoom, or you can watch us in our Facebook Live. Okay, so I, I'm so excited right now, guys, because again, this is the first leadership training we will have for our partners in Ghana and Liberia, and we will have our very own Vice President, Sir Jurgen Gonzales. So I know I'm excited, and you guys are excited as well, but let me see if you are really excited. Can you comment down below, guys? Can you type it there? I'm ready if you are ready to hear now and grace our very own Vice President. Yes, Derek Goku watching from Ghana. Kwaku, brother Kwaku, Amangkwa. Thank you, brother. Yes, hi, Ma'am Len. Ma'am Len, nandiyan ka na pala. Ma'am Len all the way from Kumasi. She's ready. Can you comment, guys? I'm ready. Come on. Because I'm so excited to hear, the training of Sir Jorge Gonzalez and the insight and, of course, the advice he have for us for this coming, leadership training for us to grow more our business in Ghana and in Liberia this coming 2021. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Okay. If you are ready, guys, I'm so excited and more than ready to introduce our very own Vice President. Guys, please help me welcome. Give us a virtual hand, virtual clap, virtual appreciation, virtual heart, virtual thumbs up to welcome our very own Vice President, no other than Sir Jurgen Gonzales. Good morning, Sir
Hi
George.
everyone. Hi Perry. Hi to all our distributors from I believe Ghana and Liberia. Tama ba? Perry. Uh,
Yes,
yes,
sir.
and
Yes
I
po.
think
Ghana
that
and
we
Liberia,
are
sir.
also live on Facebook. So I'd like to congratulate and of course welcome each and every one of you for our special training for tonight. This is a general. I mean, this is open for all the leaders. It's called general training because this is not special training, or this is not an exclusive training like the R2S program and other exclusive training that we conduct. This is actually open for all the leaders, and we're very happy to announce that we're gonna have, like, if I remember right, we're gonna have like this training at least twice a month, coming from the trainers here in Manila, including us, the vice presidents. In fact, Arnel Limpin, the other vice president, at this time is conducting his general leaders training in Nigeria, the adjacent country there in Ghana. And again, I'd like to announce that we'll have this kind of training at least twice a month for all the leaders of both Ghana and Liberia. And again, this is not exclusive. So if I were you, you can invite anyone among your leaders in your team to be able to really, attend and, of course, learn from this kind of training. So first off, I'd like to congratulate again everyone for coming over, and just to give you a brief, status of our supply or product there in Ghana, because I had a briefing earlier with our staff who is in charge of our inventory for international affairs. So the status of Ghana is that the out of stock products, particularly Coledus, I'm not sure, but in our data here, it is estimated to have arrived last March 7. So we're hoping that it has the clearance already from the customs, and you guys now are enjoying the Colidus for your back orders and of course your outstanding orders. With regards to the Vidamax, we are completing the production of the Vidamax, and as soon as the production is done, we're gonna send them right away to you there in Ghana, because you have to understand that there was a disruption in the supply chain all over the world with regards to the manufacturing sector. We are not the only one who is affected by this disruption brought about by the pandemic, but the whole manufacturing sector all over the world were affected by this disruption. Again, this is a disruption in the supply chain, and every big businesses all over the world get affected by this. The out of stocks in terms of the Liven coffees, the original, the cappuccino, the sugar-free, the latte and burn, it's on sale now. I mean, it's sailing now, and we're hoping that in about, less than probably 60 days, it's gonna arrive there. And we have made sure that you will have enough supply when the products there arrive. All right. The same way with My Choco, Burn Shake, the toothpaste, and the DC soap. All right, they are now on sale, or they are now in transit via cargo, and it's sailing now. And unfortunately, again, this got affected by the congestion in the port, and sometimes we're having issue with the forwarder or the vessel, because there's a lot of delays along the way happening. But one good thing is that it is now in transit and going there, and hopefully in less than 60 days it's gonna arrive there. All right, so don't worry, because we're gonna supply you with more and more products, and I'm assuring everyone that we're gonna give you enough supply of products. We just got this kind of disruption because of the pandemic, but the good news is, again, it's arriving very very soon. A little more patience with you guys, and we've experienced an unprecedented event. That's why even us, the management, was really surprised and really adjusted to this new normal, especially with regards to the flow of our products all over the world. So again, I'm excited to be here with you guys for both the leaders of Ghana and Liberia. And tonight, my topic would be about how to grow your business even bigger, because it's important that we do not only build the business, we are not only good in terms of signing off people and everything. We must be good in duplication. We must be able to understand the principle on how we can actually build a bigger business in network marketing. It is not just about taking action. It is not just about, having a lot of activities. Of course, those are important, but you have to have a strategy in this business. And not only in this business, for that matter, in anything that we do, whether in sports or whether in business, whether in, let's say, any kind of profession or career, everyone must have a strategy so that we don't waste a lot of time, and we become efficient in terms of our effort, because we don't want to waste a lot of time. We don't want to waste a lot of our effort. If we can, maximize our resources, then why not? And it is knowing more than the skills. We have to know the strategy on how we can, make our business bigger, how we can grow our business even bigger. So my topic for today, ladies and gentlemen, is how, okay, I'm going to share with you my PowerPoint over here. Okay, so there you go. That's going to be my topic. How you build a business, ladies and gentlemen. Build a bigger business by cloning yourself. And in network marketing, we've always, been talking about leverage, multiplication of yourself through other people, multiplication of your time. And to just cut it short, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about duplication. And, if you're able to duplicate yourself, you know, uh, in a shorter period of time when you're building your network, for example, it's gonna be very it's gonna be very advantageous for you. That's gonna create a lot of advantages for you when you are able to really duplicate yourself in a shorter period of time. All right. So how do we do that? Okay, let's talk about duplication. So I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. That in this business, it's not just about signing up people. It's not just about getting registrations, talking, and creating a lot of presentations. It's also being able to empower the people you have signed up. It's also empowering those people that becomes a part of your network. And one of the things you can do to empower them is, of course, to duplicate yourself to them. And how do we do that? These are the steps on how you can do that. The skill of cloning yourself. This is another skill that leaders must learn or leaders must know, is your ability, of course, to clone yourself or duplicate yourself, which means your abilities, your knowledge, the things that you know, your skills, work ethics, your mindset, your motivation, all right, your characteristic, and be able to clone these things into other people, especially in your organization. So it's not just about, again, having a lot of people down the line. It's about leveraging, or it's about multiplication. It's about duplicating yourself, because that's the purpose why you sign up people in the first place. That's the purpose why you build your network. That's the purpose why you are into network marketing, because it defeats the purpose when you are in this business but you are not dedicating sufficient time to develop leaders under you. You don't want to you don't want to end up in this business where you're the only one who knows how to do the business. And again, if you can duplicate yourself to your leaders, to your downlines, all right, in your entire organization rapidly, then it's going to be very beneficial for you in the long run. Duplication comes from training every member. Well, literally, I'm not saying every member, all right, because later on I will discuss that you have to identify the type of people where you're gonna duplicate yourself to. So it's not every member in your organization. This is just in general discussion, that I'm saying that in every member of your organization to follow exactly the methods that have made you successful. So meaning, it is like passing on the technology. It is passing on to them the strategy, the know-how, how you're able to build your group, how you're able to become successful, how you're able to earn from our compensation plan, and have been laid out by the company in your upline to guarantee success. So meaning, these are the things that have been laid down to you by your uplines, by the system of alliance in motion, or by the trainers of the company to guarantee success. So that what it means by duplication. And another thing is that when you completely duplicate yourself, when I say completely, when you're able to really prioritize duplicating yourself, and cloning yourself, ladies and gentlemen, you will reach a point in time in the future where your incomes become completely, all right, your income becomes completely residual. When I say residual, it is an income that you make even after the work has been finished. You will never make a residual income in network marketing if you just have a handful of leaders down the line, or you just have a handful of people where you are able to duplicate yourself with. The most important thing you have to understand here is that, if you want to enjoy time freedom in the future, if you want to enjoy your leverage, if you want to enjoy your residual income as early as possible, you have to develop, you have to duplicate yourself, you have to create leaders like you. That's why it's termed cloning. In the scientific community, cloning means being able to duplicate exactly the original. All right, it's not 99%, 98%, no. All right, it's 100% being able to duplicate. That is what it means by cloning in the scientific community. And there was a lot of scientists who are able to really clone like a lot of bacteria, for example, genes, even pigs, goats, and everything, or animals for that matter, during their experiments. So what I'm saying here is that you must be able to really create leaders like you down the line, and even better than you. And that's the power this business, this opportunity where we can empower other people to become better than us. And that's one good thing. If you're able to develop people, can you imagine in our binary compensation plan or in your genealogy, in your family tree, if your left and right leg, all right, left and right legs are stronger than you in leadership, oh, you can rest. You can practically do not, you can practically do nothing anymore when you have a strong leader left and right in your genealogy, because you know if you're able to leverage yourself, you're able to duplicate yourself, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be, you know the future. All right, it's gonna be a really really good future because it's gonna give you a very very good stable and residual income. Duplication, ladies and gentlemen, never ends. All right, it's not something that you tell yourself has an ending. When I say it has no ending, because it's an ongoing process, because it continues for many months or even years when you are in the building stage, when you are in the building process, because you're always looking for more business builders and training them to duplicate yourself. So the professionals in this business, the real network marketers in this business, dedicate their time for the next 5 years. I say 5 years, building leaders down the line, business builders down the line, and training them, these leaders, for the next 5. They focus, ladies and gentlemen, for the next 5 years, where they just build leaders, create a lot of duplication. And for the next 5 years, they have this mindset. The real networkers, the professional networkers in our industry, they have this mindset that for the next 5 years, they won't take any rest. They won't take any day off in their business. And what they do for the next 5 years, they give their very best, and they duplicate themselves. They create a lot of business builder down the line. They train their downlines, because they know after 5 years they can rest for the rest of their lives, because they are able to build their business for the last 5 years, and making their business stable by creating a lot of leaders. So my challenge to each and every one of you is that in your stay, as far as Alliance in Motion is global is concerned, in your stay in this business, ladies and gentlemen, how many leaders, or are you duplicating yourself enough that when you project yourself 5 years from now, you can tell yourself that you can rest, or you can probably enjoy the benefits of network marketing, because you are on the right track, all right, of building and duplicating leaders down the line. You are on track. What I'm saying is, you are on track of probably 5 years from now, you don't have to really work that hard anymore, because you are able to build your business so stable for 5 years, that after 5 years you can tell yourself that I can have a time freedom now, because I have enough finances. At the same time, I can enjoy my time now. So that's what you need to do in this business. Long term, look at it, look at it on a long term perspective. And you can only do that, ladies and gentlemen, if you put in your mind the importance of duplication as well. So how do we do that? How do we duplicate ourselves? So this is what we do, all right? Creating duplication. And as I've said, you cannot duplicate yourself to all the members down the line. And you have to really, of course, try to, identify the right people to work with. You have to find the right people to work with, because the truth is, you cannot, it is impossible for you to develop yourself, to duplicate yourself to every member of your organization. That cannot simply happen, because it's very hard to develop, it's very hard to duplicate yourself to the wrong people who are not as committed as you are, people who do not have the same values, people who do not have the same belief level as you are. So that's the truth in this business. You cannot practically duplicate or clone yourself to every member of your organization. You have to find the right leaders. You have to find the right people to work with, people who have the commitment, the character, the right attitude. People have the determination, people who are willing to sacrifice, people who have that leadership leadership traits, leadership qualities. All right. And of course, number two is that that person must be coachable, because a lot of people have, this pride thing in them that you are not able to actually teach them. All right. So the another thing you have to look into the people where you will duplicate yourself with is that, is this person coachable in this first place, or is this person willing uh, to be taught with the right skills and attitudes? Is this person willing to commit? Is this person willing to adjust? Is this person humble enough to really, follow, to really obey what I'm saying? So the person that you're gonna duplicate yourself with, ladies and gentlemen, must be coachable, must have a good learning attitude, must come from an empty cup, is always hungry for knowledge. And of course, you have to ask yourself if this person, can have a minimum of 20 hours. I mean, if this person can invest at least 20 hours per week in his or her business, because of course, you don't want to waste your time to people who are not really committed in terms of building their business. You cannot duplicate yourself to people who will just give 10 hours of their time, 10 hours per work, or 10 hours a week carved out to do this business. You cannot duplicate yourself to those people. You have to really look for people who can give, their quality time in building their network, in building their business. So the number one thing you have to really look into is that, um, is your leader investing enough time in building his business? Again, 20 hours minimum a week. All right, that's practically in 5 days, that at least 4 hours a day of doing the business. I mean, you cannot commit to people who are not committed into this business. So the thing that you have to look into is that, are they investing enough time in their business? So if you look at people who are doing this full time, they are dedicated, and they're willing to do everything, they are coachable, then probably that is the right people to work with. Those are the right people to work with. All right? Because I'm telling you, one wisdom about this training is that you cannot duplicate or clone yourself to every member in your organization. You have to choose the right people to work with, so that you will not waste your time. It's a big waste of time, not being able to identify the right people, and you just, commit your time, and you duplicate yourself to that person, only to find out that after 6 months is not really serious, and you've already lost a lot of time after 6 months finding out. So to minimize the risk of losing, or to minimize the risk of you wasting your time to the wrong people, make sure to identify the right people to duplicate yourself with in the first place. All right? And that is the truth. Not all downlines are eagles. You have to find out who are the eagles in your team. All right. And another thing is that, work with the willing, of course, work with high quality people. Well, when I say high quality people, of course, these are people who have, the right attitude, they value their time, they respect other people's time. When I say work with the willing, means, they're willing to sacrifice, they're willing to really go through that process of development, because a lot of people, they're just good in words, but they lack the effort, they lack the action. In network marketing, a lot of people like the success, like the money, but they hate the work. All right, they only like the result, they only like the success, they only like the money, but they hate the work. So you have to find out who are those people who are really willing to do the, to slip up their sleeves. I mean, those who are willing to get their hands dirty, those who are willing to, have sleepless nights, those who are willing to be rejected, those who are willing to be, to make a lot of sacrifices. Aside from that, of course, you have to identify the high quality leaders in your team. All right, these are people, when I say high quality people, these are, people who are really serious in making a difference in their lives. These are serious in getting their dreams. These people are serious in becoming successful. And you have to ask yourself, if the leader you are, you want to duplicate or you want to develop, is does that leader have enough good contacts? Because this is a reality. You will never be able to really develop a good leader if that leader in the first place has not enough contact. So you really have to look into their prospect list, look into their prospecting processes, and find out that if they are really if they have really good connections, if they have really good contacts in their, let's say, in their circle, in their community, or wherever they are. Okay. What else? Creating duplication, ladies and gentlemen, means working with people who think in the long term. And you don't want to waste your time. You don't want to work with people who are just willing to do this business for the next 5 years. You want to do this. You want to work with people who are willing to do this business for the longest time until they die, probably. You don't want to, you don't want to work with people who are unstable. When I say unstable, they're emotionally unstable. When things are okay, they are excited. But when things are down, when the chips are down, they are also down. You want to work with people that uh, when things are tough, when things are not doing well, they are still there and they're still willing to work. You don't want to work with people who are just in when things are exciting. You don't want to work with people who are just there when the chips are up. All right. So work with people who think in the long term, which means they have a long term vision. They know that their success is not instant success, but they are willing to, what I call, postpone their gratification. They are willing to delay the gratification. And those are the right people to work with, those who can postpone or delay their gratification, because the hardest people to work with in this business, especially to duplicate yourself with, are those people who want instant result. And that cannot simply happen, because success takes time, success takes sacrifice, and we all know that, because I'm sure you guys are also training your downlines. And so what makes it nice is the hard part. When I say, if it's easy, then everybody would have done it. What makes success significant is the hard part, because not everybody is willing to go through that hardship. So I hope you know what I'm saying. And of course, when you're developing your leaders, finding who are the right people in your network, in your team to develop or to duplicate yourself with, make sure to use your instinct and good judgment, because actually we have three sources of intelligence: our brain, our heart, and our gut. This is scientifically proven that in terms of our intelligence, the brain is not just the source of our intelligence. That is the old school. Scientists found out that there are actually sources of intelligence: the mind, the heart, and the gut. All right, the gut feeling that we call it. So I hope that you guys will use your instinct. If your gut feeling is telling you that this person's gonna waste your time, then probably your gut is right. If you have this kind of vibes that this probably is not a good, a good leader to develop myself, or to duplicate myself with, then probably you are right. So make sure to use your instinct and good judgment. All right. So now we talk about you being a mentor. All right, because when you try to duplicate yourself and clone yourself, ladies and gentlemen, you become actually the mentor. You become the coach. So as a mentor, you have to help the person you identified as your potential leader to set realistic goals. You don't try to sugarcoat. You know what I'm saying by sugarcoat? Make things easy for them, or spoil them, or sometimes we have this syndrome in this business where the leader makes it appear to that the business is easy. They sugarcoat everything, they exaggerate, and they set unrealistic goals for their downlines so that their downlines will stay with them. It doesn't happen that way. You have to be a realistic mentor. All right, you have to be that kind of leader that who takes risk, where you let your leaders fly on their own and not be there all the time, because you will be able to really develop good leaders if you let your leaders fly on their own and let them commit many mistakes and do not spoil them, and just be realistic. All right, create a workable action plan, have realistic expectations, and then start helping your downline to achieve those goals. So meaning, as a mentor, you must have a strategy, you must have a plan of action. All right, you must know what you're doing in the first place. That's why leaders we sacrifice a lot. We work harder than our constituents. We work harder than our teammates. We work harder than our downlines, because we have to double time to learn faster than them so that we can have something to teach them. If your downlines are learning more than you, learning faster than you, then you will never be able to really coach them and teach them anything, because in the first place they're learning more, they're learning faster than you, they have learned better than you. So in that case, they will be the ones who will teach you instead of you teaching them. So make sure that you know what you're doing. Make sure that you have a system in place, a proper a process in place where you can create a workable action plan for your downlines. And then when you work together for those goals, you will be able to achieve, because you will be able to achieve them because you have a workable action plan in the first place. So I hope you guys are getting what I'm saying here. All right. So now we go to the importance of having a good teamwork, all right, in your organization, because the only way you can actually develop yourself, or the only way you can actually duplicate yourself, is when you create this kind of atmosphere in your group, in your community, of course, in your team. If you create this atmosphere of working together and being teammates, all right, in being a united team. So the first thing you have to understand, the psychology, ladies and gentlemen, of duplication, is that people will do what you do. They will never do what you say. And that's the most important psychology in trying to influence other people. You see, we cannot change people. You have to understand that. We cannot change people. We cannot make them do what they don't want to do in the first place. The important thing is, leadership is a matter of influence. We can only influence people. We can make an impact to them, but we cannot change them. All right? We cannot change people. The only thing we can do is to make an impact and, of course, influence them. And how do you influence them? By your action. You cannot influence, you cannot make an impact, you cannot impact them, you cannot make any effect with just the words that you say. Of course, it's important, but people will do what you do. And that's the truth. Not only in this business, but in our family, our children do what they see that we do as parents. So that's what I call the words are cheap, very cheap. It doesn't, create a lot of influence. Uh, the truth is, it is our action that creates a lot of influence. It is important to duplicate your belief, of course, among your downlines. If your belief in the product, services, in our marketing plan, in Ed Plan 2.0, of course, is strong enough, I tell you, your organization will be strong and never falter at the same time. Because, what they see in you, they actually, what they see you do, all right, okay, they will also follow. They will also do. If you have that kind of belief, if you have a strong belief, if you are committed, ladies and gentlemen, if you are really that believer in our system, in our company, in our compensation plan, in our Ed Plan 2.0, then your leaders, your downline, will do the same. Will have the same kind of belief system as well. Because they draw their strength, they draw their inspiration, they draw their vision, they draw those attitudes, their characters from you. And what they see in you, what they actually observe from you, all right, they follow or they do as well. Because as I said, people do what you do. So sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, we create this kind of problem in our organization because sometimes we complain our downlines are complaining a lot, our downlines are, not committed. Sometimes we complain our downlines are lazy, but the truth is, let me tell you this, 99% of the time, your organization, whether it's about their skills, their attitude, is 99% a reflection of you, because you are the creator of your organization. You are the creator of the culture in your team. You are the creator of the attitude in your team because you influence them by your actions. So sometimes when you complain a lot about, your downlines are lazy, your downlines are not committing, your downlines are doubtful, your downlines are, they keep blaming and comparing and complaining and all, well, you have to ask yourself, maybe they see that in you. Maybe you have that kind of energy that they sense as well. That's why they act that way. All right? Because there's a great, learning about what you see in others actually exists in you at the same time. So if you have this, if you don't like people's attitude or some of their traits, let me tell you this. You don't like it, what kind of whatever trait they possess or have, most of the time you don't like those things because the things that you see in them actually exists in you at the same time. You're not just conscious about it, but it's a different learning. But I teach that in a higher learning process where it's easy for us to judge sometimes, but those things that we don't like from other people actually exist in us. So this is a very, very good reflection. All right, it's a very, very good what I call this realization, where sometimes the things that you don't like in your network probably comes from you in the first place. And believe me, when you become aware of these things, transformation happens. The first step towards transformation is awareness. And that's what you get in this kind of trainings. You become aware, because if you do not aware that something exists, then how can you adjust? How can you do something about it if it's good or bad? How can you disassociate with something that is not serving you well enough, but you don't actually know it exists in the first place? So being aware that something exists is the first step towards transformation. And it's one of those things that you actually learn in our trainings, where you become aware. And when you become aware of something and that you needed to change, change happens, transformation happens. But when you do not become aware because you don't like attending this kind of trainings, you don't like acknowledging things, then things doesn't change. And when things doesn't change, you get the same result. For things to change, you have to change. For your results to change, change must happen. And change happens when there is awareness. All right? So teamwork, ladies and gentlemen, the details about this, of course, when people see or when people do what you do, of course, use all the products, and of course, use all the products or services your company or our company offers. And of course, these products must be seen in your house in the first place. Do not use competing brands, because you create loyalty. When your downlines visits you, when your downlines visit you in your place, in your house, will they see the Natural Essential toothpaste in your bathroom? When they open the cabinet in your kitchen, will they see Liven coffee, or will they see Nescafe or Starbucks coffee? So the thing is, when I was a very active networker in my heydays, ladies and gentlemen, all the products of my former company, can be seen that I was using inside my household. All right, whether in the bathroom, inside my refrigerator, inside my cabinets in the kitchen and everything, even in my car. I have a lot of products in my car that I normally eat, I normally take, I normally chew, especially when I have some downlines or leaders in my car with me when I'm driving, and actually show them that I'm eating this vitamin C, all right, taking this bee pollen and everything, putting on this lotion and everything, because I want to show them that I'm serious in business and I'm a professional. And if you're a professional network marketer, then your downline should see that you are using the products and you're not using a competing brand. If you're really serious about this business and you want your people to really do what you're doing, then make sure that your goals. All right, you have a dream board. All right, vision board. It is a display of your goals on the walls of your home or of your office, and they should see this. There's nothing corny about this. There's nothing childish about this, that you are actually cutting out pictures of your goals and trying to post this in a wallpaper. And it's how we activate our subconscious mind to attract the right circumstances for us to be able to actually get those goals in that vision board. So if you're really committed and if you want to create this kind of culture in your group where people become serious about their goals, display a list of your goals on the walls of your home or your office. That is very, very important. If you're serious about this business, yeah, and if you really want to duplicate yourself to your downlines, then show your daily activities, show your daily planner to your business builders. Because guess what? When you do this, you're demonstrating that you are serious with your business, and you're demonstrating that during your business you are setting and doing appointments. These are very basic, ladies and gentlemen, but let us not assume that our downlines that they know everything, especially the new business builders, especially the newbies, especially the new ones. Let us not assume that they know. All right? So you cannot tell your downlines, hey, create a lot of activities. Hey, buy a planner and put in there appointments and everything. Instead of you guys saying it, show them your daily planner. Show them you have activities there. Show them you're bringing prospect to the office. Show them that you're making phone calls. All right? Show them. Instead of just training them and telling them to do things, show them how. All right? That is how important, taking action is in the presence of your leader, of your downline, in the presence of your business builder. Um, the best way I said you can influence them and prompt them or prod them to do something is to really, show that you are taking these actions as well. Because if you just if you show them that the things that you're doing, your activities and all, then that creates a lot of impact because they can see, they can feel what you're doing. All right. Teamwork. All right, number 4. This is what another thing you can do to create that kind of positive atmosphere in your group. And sometimes as leaders, we downplay the importance of this one. We are not aware. We become unconscious about this. Like, you have to always talk positively about everything your company represents. As leaders, again, if you have some issues with the company, talk to the country manager, talk to your international trainers, talk to us, but do not talk down the line. Do not pass this on to your group. As far as you are concerned as the leader, when you go below, when you look below, all right, you have to talk everything positive. If you have some issues about the company, everything, look up. Talk to us about your issues, about your concerns and everything. That is what we are saying in the NDO. Like, if you're down, go up. If you are this in your hierarchy, in your genealogy, in your family tree, if you are this, when you're feeling down, discouraged, when you have some issues, concerns, go up. Go to the upline. Go to the management. Go to the country manager. Go to your international trainers. But when you are excited, when you are up, when you are, you've created some results and everything, when you are up, go down. Go to your downlines. Share it. Go to your people. Share the energy. So, you have to create this kind of atmosphere and culture in your team, because in that way, it's not just about protecting them from the real issues, but this is about, you know, our downlines already face, encounter a lot of negativities outside our team. Do not add any more any issues, problems coming from you as the upline. Because as downlines, they are already facing and encountering a lot of negativities, discouragement, and problems and concerns as far as their networking business is concerned. So we as uplines, let's not add to that anymore. Let's not add up to those concerns anymore. If we have some issues with the company and everything, product shortage, your GCs are not yet being converted to something that you want and prefer, talk to us, talk to the management, talk up. Look up, do not look down, do not share your issues with your group, because this is the best way for you guys to really protect your team. All right, it's very, very hard to build the business. It's very hard to build an organization, but one simple negative thing can make the cookies crumble. You know what I'm saying? Can make the entire organization crumble. So if you want to look at this long term, then always talk positively about everything. And in connection with that, when you are down in the dumps, call your upline, call the international trainer, call Mark, call Haj, call Perry. If they don't answer, call me. If I don't answer, call Arnel. If Arnel doesn't answer, call Sir John. If Sir John doesn't answer, call Dr. Connie. If she doesn't answer, call Doc Ed. And if still it doesn't answer, call God. All right? So ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of help along the way that you can actually go to. So when you're in the dumps, call your upline. Do not spread your problems to the downlines, because whether you like it or not, whether they are strong leader or whether they have strong leadership qualities, still, believe me, this will still weaken their belief. Because even eagles, ladies and gentlemen, gets weak. Even eagles get weak sometimes. That's why there's a saying that even eagles need a push. Even eagles need a push sometimes, because even eagles lose the motivation to fly, lose the motivation to hunt. That's why there's a great saying that sometimes even eagles need a push. So, ladies and gentlemen, no matter how eagle your downline is, no matter how strong his leadership is, if you spread a problem, an issue, any negativity to them, this will weaken their belief. This will still weaken their belief, no matter how strong their leadership is. One of the best ways you can actually duplicate yourself is, like what I'm saying, it's not just a matter of teaching. It's not just a matter of saying. It's a matter of doing. So do what you say. All right? Be a person of your word. All right? If you abide by this principle, you have many, many committed followers. You will have many, many committed leaders down the line. Do not bend your own promise. Do not eat. I mean, you make a promise that you can deliver. We always say that, make sure to under promise but over deliver. We always say that. Under promise but over deliver, instead of over promising and under delivering. So ladies and gentlemen, do what you say. When you tell your downlines that, let's be in this together, I'm gonna help you whatever happens, I'm not gonna leave you, I'm there, I'm committed until you become a global ambassador, do that. Do not give up on your people. If you tell them that I'm not gonna give up on you, as long as you're not gonna give up, I'm not giving up on you, then ladies and gentlemen, make sure you do that. Be a person of your word. If you create your own promo in your team, then be able to really give that promo, that prize, that reward to the people who are able to hit the promo. So do not, ladies and gentlemen, make a promise that you cannot deliver. All right? Do not promise something when you are so happy and excited. Make a promise when, your emotion is stable. All right? And at the same time, do not make an abrupt decision when you are angry, when you are not emotionally stable at the same time. All right? Next, part of the teamwork, of course, be a role model. Be someone that your downlines will be proud to follow, to be someone that your downlines will be proud to be a role model, someone that they can emulate. Do not exaggerate or lie. This pertains to your characteristic. This pertains to your traits. One of the best traits that a leader can have is, of course, the values of integrity, of honesty, of being sincere and being authentic. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing worse than being dishonest. Being dishonest can really make your group, make your team collapse, make your organization collapse. Nothing is worse than dishonesty. So do not lie or exaggerate, because this will weaken the bonds and beliefs of your business, of your business builders in you. This undermines you. If you exaggerate or you lie, you compromise your integrity for the purpose, or because you want to make more money, you want to make it fast. Don't cut corners, ladies and gentlemen. Do not, follow our policy. Do not make any shortcuts. Do not underprice. Do not steal people from other group. All right? Do not, you know um undermine other people in the hope that you will just be the stronger or the strongest group there in Ghana or Liberia. Because sometimes there are leaders like that. In their quest for success, they would undermine other people, they would undermine other teams, and they would want to be the number one team and the only team there. Believe me, you cannot exist without the other teams there. Everybody, has their time. Everybody, has their own portion of success in this world. There is great wealth in this world that if we share, everybody will have enough. There's no scarcity in this world. Everybody, everything is enough for everybody. So again, do not do anything that will weaken the bond and beliefs of your business builders with you. Always conduct your activities in ways people will look up to and admire. Again, this part 7, 8, 9 talks about the important traits and characteristics of leadership. And as I've said earlier, in our hope to become successful, in our haste to become successful, all right, if in our quest to become successful immediately, all right, rapidly. Sometimes people cut corners. Sometimes people do illegal activities and everything. So if you have to choose, ladies and gentlemen, between money and your values, always choose your values, because money can be earned. But when your values become tainted, then that becomes who you are. That becomes a part of your personality. That becomes a part of perception of your downlines to you. And that's how people will, you know, perceive you. And people's reaction is based on how they perceive you. All right. So if they perceive you like you're a flawed leader, you know what I'm saying, then their action will follow. They will conduct business with you in a flawed way, probably. So always conduct your activities in ways people will look up to and admire. All right. So again, if you have to choose between money and your values, make sure to uphold your values, because money can be earned anyway. It's just a matter of time. But if you do something that will taint or undermine your values, then it becomes you. It becomes your personality. It becomes a part of your personality, and people will perceive you that way. And again, how people react to you, how people engage with you, depends on how they perceive you. So don't make anything that will, uh, you know, make people undermine or underestimate their belief in you. Okay. Again, in terms of your activities, ladies and gentlemen, as leaders, keep enrolling in new people. Why is it important to keep enrolling in new people? Because you never know who's gonna quit in the first place. And we have this kind of experience where a lot of your leaders probably said, well, this is my last network marketing company, Upline. I will never leave Alliance in Motion. This is the best company, only to find out next week after, guess what? They're in another company already. So you must be always on the lookout of, changing or replacing your leaders in case they quit, in case they drop out. All right. So keep enrolling new people, because you'll be able to arrest the bad effect of attrition if you keep on enrolling new people. The only way, ladies and gentlemen, for attrition to be neutralized is there must be retention. And retention only happens not only by maintaining your current group. Retention happens if you enroll new people, because this actually neutralizes the bad effect of people quitting or dropping out. And the only way you can neutralize and replace people from dropping is to, enroll new people and look for new blood. All right, that's what we are saying. We are saying that, for a cow, a cow can only do so much. A cow can only provide so much milk, but it has a limitation. So the principle there is what? To get more milk, get more cows. All right? To get more milk, get more cows. Because a cow can only do so much. You can only milk, or you can get just enough milk from a cow. You can just get enough. All right? If you want to get more milk, make sure to get more cows. All right? Wait. All right. Lead by example, of course. We've talked about this, about, being a role model. Tell your downlines, tell your teams true product stories that show what using the product services has done for many people. This creates credibility, of course. Another thing, ladies and gentlemen, get members of your organization together with other successful leaders in the company. Expose them to other successful leaders. Do not do not be threatened by other people's or other team success. Because sometimes, when your downlines become, when you work together for a long period of time, your downline become so used, or they get used to you so much that they don't value what you are saying anymore. I'm sure some of you become, some of you has experienced this already, that, familiarity breeds contempt. When your downlines become so familiar with you, become so comfortable with you, sometimes they do not value what you're saying anymore. They do not value you anymore, your presence and everything. But the same teaching they hear from other people, the same words you used, but coming from a different leader, let's say Crossline or other successful people in the company, oh, they put so much value in the words of that leader, when in fact you've already told that same thing to them already. So you know what I'm saying? So make sure to expose them, because success rubs off when people are consistently opposed to it. Like it excites them as well. It creates energy. It creates a good vibe. All right. Be a humble leader and not a know-it-all type of person. So people will believe they can duplicate you, because if you're a type of leader that you are a know-it-all type of person, then your downlines become intimidated, and they will never believe that they can duplicate you, because you're a type of leader who is a know-it-all leader. So make sure that you are humble, you are simple, you are authentic, you are sincere, because in this way, when people see that you are simple, when you are sincere, and you are, you know, you're a person who is not a know-it-all type of leader, then your downline or leader will have that kind of confidence and say, oh, I can duplicate my upline because he's just so simple. He's not complicated. He is not a know it all type of person. So I can easily you build that kind of confidence to them when you project that you're just simple, you're humble, and of course you're authentic. If you brag, if you're too proud, if you project that you know everything, the belief your new people have that they can duplicate you will diminish. So you don't need to prove anything anymore, ladies and gentlemen. You don't need to prove that you are good, that you are great, that you're intelligent or smart. Your goal is for your downlines to be able to believe that they can duplicate you. And the only way they can believe, or the only way that they can have that confidence to believe, the only way that they can have confidence in themselves that they can duplicate you is they see that you're humble, you're simple, and you are duplicable. Always try to relate to the person you are mentoring. All right? Do not, I mean, be be empathic. Must have this sense of empathy. Even if your intentions are best possible, talking over his or her lowers that person's belief in himself or herself. So make sure that you level with the person you're mentoring. Like don't try to be too high from them or too low from them. Make sure that you relate to them. Make sure that you have the same wavelength. You adjust to them, and that is what mentors do. We adjust to the capacity. We adjust to the need. We adjust to we relate and we empathize with the person we are mentoring. All right. So I hope you guys are learning from this, and you're able to really apply this right away after this training. Then apply this right away and discuss it with your leaders. Now, in the long run, ladies and gentlemen, what you want to do is that you build more trainers and teachers in your team, because that's the one of the fastest way to really duplicate yourself is to create a lot of teachers down the line. So how do you do that? You have to teach new business builders to be good teachers in the future. uh, they wouldn't have succeeded if you were not a good teacher, meaning they would have not learned anything if you are not a good teacher in the first place. Their new business builders won't succeed unless you've taught them to be good teachers. So you being a good teacher, you teach your new business builder. But guess what? You also train them to become good teachers so they can also train their downline. You know what I'm saying? After you train them, it's not just enough that you train them, you also teach them to be teachers. If, example, Perry is my first generation, I train Perry to do the business. I duplicate myself to Perry, but it doesn't stop there. I have to teach Perry how to teach his downline. For example, Perry's downline, for example, is Kobe. I am the sponsor of Perry, and Kobe's sponsor is Perry. I have to teach Perry how to teach Kobe. You know what I'm saying? I do not only train Perry to be a business builder, I also teach Perry how to teach Kobe. And when Kobe sponsors someone, that's the same. I will teach Perry how to teach Kobe, how to teach the downline of Kobe. So that's how this business works. It's not a matter of that just training. We have to create teachers. We have to create trainers. Because if we are able to create good teachers, good trainers down the line, then we easily duplicate ourselves. And is, you know, the system is becomes more efficient if there's a lot of good teachers in the team. Your goal is to duplicate yourself into as many people as possible. That's your goal. Signing up people is not duplication. Having downlines in your team is not yet duplication. Duplication only happens when you are able to transfer what you know to your downlines, when you are able to teach them what you know. Duplication only happens when your leader knows what you know, when your leader can do what you can do. Duplication only happens when you as a teacher can also duplicate someone, or you can also duplicate your downlines to be good teachers. So I've seen a large organization, but guess what? There's no duplication, because the only good leader there in the organization is the upline, and he's not able to really duplicate himself down the line, but he has the numbers. But believe me, even if you have the numbers but you're not able to duplicate yourself in the long run, ladies and gentlemen, this will catch up with you, because your team is not stable. If there's something or some challenges that happens along the way, if there's a new company trying to pirate your team, you're gonna get washed out easily, because there are no many leaders, or you're not able to really duplicate yourself down the line. So it's not just a matter of having the numbers. The real you know the real acid test in this business is having a lot of downlines, such that when challenges happen along the way, because we're entrepreneurs, this is business, and we are prone to many challenges, economic challenges, political challenges. There's this calamity, and there's this man-made, and there's this pandemic and everything. So if you don't have enough leaders down the line, then your team will never be stable. So your goal is to duplicate yourself into as many people as possible, and to have these people duplicate the same principles to their group. You duplicate yourself to them, and these people also duplicate themselves to their downlines. This is the fastest and easiest way to create a large business. Of course, it is an advantage if you have the numbers already, but it doesn't stop there. It should not stop there. You must be able to duplicate yourself to them, especially your leadership skills. All right? Next, ladies and gentlemen, all right, in conclusion, we're almost done. Why is it important to really, develop, to really duplicate yourself? Because that is where leverage happens. The ability to have others you trained grow their business and yours at the same time without your direct involvement anymore. Every time there is a direct involvement of you, guess what? You haven't duplicated yourself enough yet. So it has to come to a point where your business will grow without your direct involvement, and that is leverage. Okay, that is leverage. So I want you guys to, after this, I want you guys to really reflect. I want you guys to assess your team. Again, the purpose of this training or any other trainings that you will be attending to in the future is to make you aware so that you'll be able to adjust, so that you'll be able to do something that you think is lacking in your team. So leverage is the ability to have others train, grow their business and yours at the same time without your direct involvement. Again, I challenge you, if you're always directly involved in building the group, in always involved in the building process, you haven't duplicated yourself enough yet. Okay, what happens when there's duplication? Well, leadership. Okay, duplication creates leadership, and the benefit is twofold, ladies and gentlemen. The new people, the new signed up people increase confidence. And of course, when there's leadership, it is a long-term stability. Leadership means stability. Okay, and that's what happens when there is duplication and you put emphasis to the importance of duplication in your team. Okay, leadership, leverage, and of course, it will bring you large potential income and downline growth. When there is duplication, the income potential become even bigger. And the downline growth become unlimited. But when there is no duplication, the opposite happens. All right? The income potential, goes down, and the downline growth becomes limited instead of becoming unlimited. As John Paul Getty once said, I would rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own effort. So again, when there's duplication, you increase the potential income and the growth of your teams become unlimited. But when there's no duplication and you're just the leader in your team, the income potential, goes down and goes smaller, and the downline growth is subdued or it doesn't grow anymore. Okay, another benefit of duplication, ladies and gentlemen, is longevity in your business and income. With duplication, you create the fuel. I want you to put emphasis on this. Duplication means creating the fuel necessary to continue to propel your business vehicle to prosperity. Meaning, when there's no duplication, ladies and gentlemen, it stops. I mean, the business as a vehicle stops and it doesn't propel anymore for greater success because you have no fuel. It's like, you imagine your team, you imagine your network, your business as a vehicle. And the thing that propels this to prosperity, to long-term freedom, is duplication. So duplication is the fuel necessary to continue to propel, to continue to grow, to continue to create, to continue to explode, to continue to zoom, to continue to fly. All right? Your business vehicle to prosperity. Sometimes people get stuck to their income, to the level of their income, and they ask themselves, how come I'm stuck to 2,000 US dollars per month? How come I'm stuck to 1,000 US dollars per month? And I've been doing a lot of activities. I'm so busy and everything. Well, if you get stuck, all right, at a certain level of your income, check the duplication in your team. Maybe there are just a handful of people of you who are really who are really serious about this business, who are really having these leadership skills, who have this building skills, because you are not able to really duplicate yourself down the line. You're not able to clone yourself in terms of your knowledge, your skills, your work ethics, your attitude, and everything, your leadership down the line. That's why you get stuck in that income or in that size of your organization. So check the duplication process every time you get stuck to a certain level. And of course, duplication gives you lifetime retirement. This is the residual income that I was talking about earlier. Because if you create massive duplication, I'm not just pertaining to simple duplication process. I'm pertaining to massive duplication. When you create, ladies and gentlemen, massive, all right? When I say massive, huge, all right? Duplication in your business, the potential for you to retire with a desirable income will happen as a natural result of your duplication. So that is the secret, ladies and gentlemen, to having really a huge income where you don't need to work, or you don't need to be directly involved in your network 10 years, 15 years, 20 years from now, and you're still making a lot of money. It's simply because now, in the present, you are investing your time and effort to the duplication process, so that 10 years from now, you will have a kind of lifetime retirement where a desirable income will just naturally happen, because as a result of your duplication or effective duplication process. So that's how to do the business long term. That's why we are different from ordinary employees, where you get paid for a day's work, no pay. It will come to a point where we, as network marketers, will still get paid even if we're not working anymore, even if we're not directly involved in our network anymore. But that will only happen if you have effectively duplicated yourself to enough number of downlines, so enough number of leaders in your team. And ladies and gentlemen, duplication doesn't just happen. It doesn't just naturally happen in your team. Do not expect that leaders will just pop up and know what you know, do what you do. It takes development, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't just pop out from this world that someone in your team becomes like you or even better than you, who knows what you know, who can do what you do, who has the same leadership as you have. It doesn't happen that way. We create leaders, we duplicate, we clone. There is action to it. So don't expect that, leaders will just naturally pop up and show up in your team. And one day you will wake up that you were able to duplicate yourself to a lot of people already without you doing anything at all. It doesn't happen that way. You have to take action. That's why this is one of the most and basic topic in network building, how to really create a large income one day by the power of duplication. So I hope, guys, you're able to get something from this topic. And this is very, very simple. This is a very basic principle in network marketing. But believe me, when you really apply this, all right, when you really put everything I've said into action, ladies and gentlemen, the result is immediate, the result is tremendous, and the result will be massive. So aside from, from all the basic activities and skills that we have taught you already, or with what your team is already doing, kindly insert the power of duplication, because this will create long-term longevity. This will create leverage. This will create a lifetime income for you. You're in the right company. You have the right opportunity. We have the best marketing plan. It's just a matter of knowing what are the right things to do to create your success in this business. So again, it has been my pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, leaders from both Liberia and, of course, Ghana. It's been my pleasure to be with you tonight, and I hope to be with you in the next leadership trainings and more in the future. God bless you all. More power to you. Perry, take it away. Are you there, Perry?
Yes, Sir George. Thank you so
Yes.
much. Thank you so much, Sir George. Amazing. Everybody, guys, can we give appreciation and a big love, massive thanks to Sir George for the wonderful training. Guys, I've seen some comments. telling us, sharing the duplication fuel. Yes, that's what they say. Duplication fuel, it's important. And thank you, Sir George, for that amazing training. You know, indeed, we really need that training to be able to propel our business this 2021, not just in Ghana, but also in Liberia. So to all of you guys watching us right now in Facebook, watching us right now, and here with us in Zoom, can you comment, guys? Thank you, Sir George. Massive thank you, Sir George. If you learned a lot, guys, can you comment down there? Thank you, Sir Georgian. Thank you, Sir Georgian. See you more in our training, in the general leadership training for Ghana and Liberia. All right. Did you enjoy, guys, the training? I hope you enjoyed the training. Me personally, I love the training. It's on point, like what's in the PowerPoint. It's bullseye. It's really hit to the core that if you really put this in action, everything will fall into right places. You will get the result that you want. You will get the team that you need. You will duplicate yourself. You will create a massive teamwork to be able to get your success and right income this 2021. So thank you so much, Sir George, for that training. And by the way, guys, this will be a regular training from now on. Every Friday, we will be having general leadership training. So it's going to be interchanging. Every after week, we will be having our international trainer. It can be our vice president or international trainer from the Philippines. By next week, I just want to announce to each and everyone watching in Facebook right now and here in Zoom, I will be doing our NDO training next week, Friday, 1 p.m. Ghana and Liberia time. New distributor orientation. It will be open to everyone, open to all our partners in Ghana and Liberia. If you have partners also in Sierra Leone, in Liberia, or in other countries, there's no training available to them. Kindly send them the link. Let them join our training. Let them watch our Facebook Live so they can be learning as well with us and be empowered in our Alliance in Motion Global Business in Africa. Again, thank you so much, you guys, for joining us. Thank you to all our uplines who joined us today from the Philippines, Coach Risa, Coach Hazeline. I saw the other coaches from the Philippines and our coaches watching us right now in Facebook Live. Thank you guys for joining and see you again next week. Same time, same channel, AIM Ghana Talks page, 1 p.m. Ghana time, 1 p.m. Liberia time. See you and more power to each and everyone. God bless, guys. We love you. Safe networking. Keep sharing the business. And always remember, it's all about in doing. Put everything in action, and you can never go wrong in our business. God bless everyone. See you very soon. Bye bye.